Be the chosen one. Ain't nothing gonna stop this. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. I was born to be making history. Something greater, something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. It's plain reality. I was born to be something greater, something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. To be making history, something greater, something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. It's plain reality. I was born to be something greater, something higher. Ain't nothing gonna stop this fire. Fire.
Yeah, what if it was just like a...
I ain't no altar boy. I ain't no yes man. No, no. You ain't no God of mine. No, I don't need your blessings to save me. Well, you thought that I was done. You ain't seen nothing yet. Walk that wire, start that fire, burn it down. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. I go harder, let the sun fill me now. You ain't seen nothing yet. I got this storm in my head, a forest fire in my chest. Look at the time on the clock, man, I'm gonna sleep when I'm dead. Whether you're ready or not, I'm rolling in like a train off the tracks, coming at you. You ain't seen nothing yet. Walk that wire, start that fire. Burn it down, yeah. You ain't seen nothing yet. I go harder, let the sun fill me now. You ain't seen nothing yet. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time. My heart, my soul, my fight, my appetite won't stop, won't quit. I come back every time.
fire. Like the streaming with the fish in the ocean. Stay away, never come under fire. They will never ever show an emotion. I never dreamed of getting in the action. Life moves with all the surprises. I never dealt with chemical reactions. It comes down to this day. You're gonna be a tough act to follow, and you better believe it. Just take a bite and see that it's gonna be too much to swallow. You better believe it. Yeah, I got one more trick, but you're gonna be a tough act to follow. To follow. All the people wanna get in the circus, trying hard to keeping up with the Joneses. Everything is kind of trouble and purpose, and you're lying in a bed of roses. I never dreamed of getting in the action. Life moves with all the surprises. I never dealt with chemical reaction. It comes down to this day. You're gonna be a tough act to follow, and you better believe it. Just take a bite and see that it's gonna be too much to swallow. You better believe it. Yeah, I got one more trick, but you're gonna be a tough act to follow. To follow. You're gonna be a tough act to follow. To follow. Oh, I feel
Yo! What's up, everyone? Happy Saturday. I had to think about when I heard the clap. I'm like, wait, how do we start this? Like, oh my gosh. Oh, having to remember everything.
It's been a long time.
It has been. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, it's really happening. Nothing failed. Nothing crashed. Nothing. Oh, knock on wood. I shouldn't have said that.
I know. Why? Why did you say that? Why
Oh my
did you
gosh.
say that?
Oh, Donald, thank you for the super chat. Thank you. Happy to be back. So, Patrick, I was looking. When do you know the last time we did a live stream? Wow, Chris, thank you so much. $100. Wow. Thank you.
It's definitely going to the some
1909.
charity or
Matthew
something.
said
Thank you so much,
1909.
Chris. I don't know.
Yeah, Kevin, June 24th. June 24th. I was testing Patrick. Yes. Hey,
Yeah,
Marco.
Patrick,
Good to see
Patrick
you.
won't know.
Uh,
Patrick won't know. Hey,
Chris got
Marco,
a raise.
I got to email you. We got to talk about something, Marco. I'll email you.
Johnny, you have no idea. Okay, so Johnny said I look bare. You have no idea. And Patrick commented on something. He's like, "Oh, you put some pictures there." I'm like, "Yes," because I was really sad about the background. Mark, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate it. So here is the full background. It is very bare. I put like two of the posters there just because it was very sad. So the first step is going to be Crystal's going to paint that back wall. And then after that, then she's kind of waiting on me also to figure out like what I want to do.
Did you see what she said?
What'd she say?
You see what she said?
With the lighting, I don't need to paint. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. So, and then Patrick didn't like. I had the main lights on, and it actually looked pink. And Patrick was like, "Yeah, that's got to change.
Yeah.
Like, don't do that." So, oh my gosh. So anyway, Alex. Yeah. Oh, it's like when at work when people were first seeing it for the first time, they're like, "What happened?" I'm like, "I just haven't." I'm like, "It's a lot of work. We got to set it up." Chris, thank you for the super chat. I can't swivel the camera. Like this camera is like locked in. I don't have the other camera hooked in. I mean, it's an empty room. Like I've got the flight sim thing over there, but outside of that, there's like not my Legos are still in bubble wrap. So we gotta
make it a Barbie thing.
Make it a Barbie thing. We could do that.
That's all you.
I could turn on the lights. Should I turn on the lights and make it pink? Could do it.
No. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll.
Oh my gosh, go pink, a Barbie theme. There we go. I mean, it's Patrick's favorite movie right now, so it's all good.
I'm actually going to see it for the third time today.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. He's been talking about it all week. I can't get him to shut up about it. All right, so we're getting back into the swing of things. Regular videos are going to be starting to come out next week. My video editor is very happy about that as well. We'll get the train rolling. Lots of stuff to talk about. Tom, no, I'm not using the ATEM. I'm using a Go XLR. So is Patrick. Although at some point we'll probably have to change because the Go XLR is no longer going to be supported anymore. So yeah, Patrick, stay tuned for that. He didn't know about that. Yeah, the Go XLR at some point, like the drivers won't work anymore, and we got to change devices. So yeah, it's good stuff. The other thing going on right now is I know, Patrick. It's okay. The other thing going on is we're getting ready. Like conference season is upon us, and we're gonna be traveling again. So we got SQL conference coming up in September in Germany that we will be at.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah,
we do.
We do. And then October, we will be in Vegas for Power Platform Conference, followed by Data Mines Connect in Belgium. Chatmaster C is going to be going with me on that. So if you're going to be at those two conferences, you can get to meet Chatmaster C in person. It'll be amazing.
We need to have some T-shirts. We need to make some Chatmaster C T-shirts. I'm just saying.
Okay.
I'm just saying.
All right. Well, I'll let Patrick handle that.
I just put that out there.
Yeah. So the other thing of note, one thing, Jason Himmelstein, who's in the chat, he's been working on it with getting a social hour at Power Platform Conference. So we will have a social hour at Power Platform Conference. It's going to be bananas. It's going to be fun. It's going to be Tuesday night at Power Platform Conference at the MGM. I think it's at the bar called Losers, if I'm remembering correctly. But it's going to be amazing. So we're going to make everyone winners instead of losers. Yes.
At Losers.
At Losers. Yes. It's going to be great. But also, I think Arun's going to, I'm hoping Arun will be at the social hour. Kim will be there. So a lot of folks from the product team will be there. So it'll be a great time. Great way to meet folks. So October is going to be exciting. And then November will be a PASS Summit. And then December, waiting to hear on what's going to go on in December. So stay tuned on that. So if you are going to be in person, it'll be great to see everyone. We're excited. Hoping to meet lots of folks. Yes, and Paul, SQL Saturday. It's what do we call that one again? I forget, because it's in Vancouver, but it's in Washington's Vancouver, not Canada's Vancouver. But it's SQL Saturday. I forget what it's called. Anyway, yes, right before PASS Summit.
So are we going to this? Have we decided? Have we made a decision?
I would like to. So we'll see. Yeah, Portland.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's called Portland, but it's in Vancouver, and it's in Washington, not in Oregon, but it's Portland. So it's
okay. Well, nobody told me we were going.
Now, what I haven't done is, and I don't know if the SQL train is going to be a thing this year. So, Paul, you got to tell me about the SQL train. I've never done the SQL train, and I want to do the SQL train. So, maybe Patrick and I will just do it on our own. So, anyway, all right. With that, I think I covered everything. And then, we had a new member, Data Trends.
If you're new.
Thank you for becoming a member. Wait, what?
If you're new, you didn't.
Oh, yeah. If you're new to, sorry, thank you. If you're new to the live stream or GuyanaCube in general, put hashtag new in the chat. We always love seeing the new faces. Would love to see. I know everyone kind of feels like they're new because we haven't done this in about a month and a half. But yeah, if you are new, let us know. And then also, let's get into the rules for the questions. Get your questions in the queue. Chatmaster C is standing by to get them queued up. One time is all you need. Please put Q: in front of that question. If you don't have a Q:, it's not getting queued up. We still have there's a bit of questions there, but I think there's still room to get your question in before we go to the halftime. We try to get to as many questions as we can. We never get to all of them, so come back next time. And then, we have a 3 strikes rule here on GuyanaCube. So if you do spam your question, either Chatmaster C or one of our lovely moderators, except for Patrick. Not that Patrick isn't lovely, but he's not going to put you in a timeout. But the other moderators
I was
could
going to
put you
say,
in a
I'm
timeout.
definitely.
I know you're lovely.
I'm definitely lovely.
So also, and then we'll get to the folks that are new. But I do. Oh, you know what I'm going to do here, Patrick? I'm going to help you out. We have a question. We have a question, and we need the folks to help answer this question. So before we get into your questions for us, we have a question for you.
Oh Lord. Crystal goes, oh Lord.
All right, here we go. This is an important question. We need everyone to answer. Let's see if that worked. There we go. Here we go. We need you to answer. We need it. Patrick couldn't decide. Uh-oh. Ooh.
What?
No is how do I see the whole thing? There we go. So we're going, should Patrick shave the side, his beard? Keep the goatee, but so he asked Chatmaster C this earlier before the stream, and she's like, "Don't you already shave your head?" It was confused. Patrick didn't explain it correctly. So, all right. So right now, 60% for no, 61% for no. I thought, I'm going to skew the poll results here a little bit, but I thought Patrick, it could be like a new Patrick. Make him feel new and young and refreshed. So, because, both of his kids are going to be out of the house now at college and can be an empty nester.
Saturday.
So, all right. While that's going, let's see who's new here. Let's see. Daniel is new. Wyatt is Rust. Nice. I don't know how to pronounce this name. I'm going to try. Emolie Omid is new. Kevin's new to the new house. Nice.
Like a cube guy. Shave for the very first time. Matthew.
Matthew. That sounds like a Matthew comment. Oh my god. Oh, that is funny. Where is that? I don't even see that. Oh, there it is. That is hilarious. That is hilarious. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. All right. So 55% no. I'm going to end the poll. 55% no, 45% yes, with 90 votes right now. So all right. Mm-hmm. All right. Does that help you, Patrick?
It's too close. It's so close.
It's so close. You could just flip a coin. That's it. I don't know that they've spoken no. So all right.
Yeah.
All right. There it is. All right. And then Megan is new. Welcome. Okay. Welcome. No new Adam then? I mean, I don't know. I'm not even going to respond to that. I did try with the name. I know I probably butchered it.
Okay.
Karen is new, or Karan is new, depending on how you pronounce that. So welcome. Bernardo is new. Welcome. Yeah. So what I do for new Adam, I just change up the look in the office. That's the new Adam. That's how I do it. And usually it becomes expensive. So, all right. Let's get into the questions. Are you ready, Patrick? Do you remember how to do this?
Yeah.
Do you remember how to answer questions?
We'll figure it out.
All right.
Fake it till I make it.
All right. Here we go. Is there a way to export all similar mail tables in one folder from Outlook into one Excel sheet? I don't know.
Well, if you can connect, right? If you can connect to
But before you connect, I don't know. Like, is Power BI in this picture?
Oh, I was thinking pipelines. I was thinking data factory or something. I'm not thinking Power BI. No. Or data flows, because data flows can.
But they want to go into
from
Outlook into one Excel sheet.
Maybe. You can't do this with Power BI, right? We're not talking. We are absolutely not talking about Power BI here. You gotta broaden your horizon here, Adam. Remember.
So
Fabric.
I would say
we're talking about Fabric too.
I know. So I would say if there's a way that you can get to the mails table in Exchange Online, then I would say yes, there's a way to do it.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
All right.
Yes, and White, you're right. You can connect to Power BI. You can connect
I
to
know you
Exchange to
can.
Power BI, but
Yeah,
it's
I
the
know you can.
output. It's the output that I'm thinking about here, and it's got to be
So the
something in
pipelines-
Fabric or Pipelines.
Pipelines isn't gonna, would that export it to an Excel sheet? So I know you could do that with Azure Data
you can-
Factory.
You can output it.
Pipelines, you can output it to
With
Excel.
with the copy activity, I can do it easily, right? I don't know if there's a way to connect with I haven't looked, but
Yeah, you can't do it with data flows, but pipelines.
Oh, Python, Chris, good point.
Yeah,
you
Python.
could do it. Yeah, you might be able to do it with Python. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one.
Jason
I've
said
never done
that
this. I've never done this.
Jason said the body of the email would literally just be a JSON blob.
That's all right. So once I drop it though, then I really can Python the. Oh
Yeah.
boy, I almost cursed. I really can Python it. You know.
Did you see me? I went over here for the
Chewy
bleep,
said-
and I'm like, it's not there.
Chewy said, "Do it with VBS."
All similar mails is
Ooh,
like
yes.
a context-dependent search, though. A Fabric solution would probably involve building a table of all mails, at least for a user, if not.
At
So that's
least
the
for a
other thing,
user.
too, is when you connect for that, my understanding is you're connecting as that individual user, so you're only going to see that user.
Yeah.
And so that
Oh,
becomes
good point,
you got to
Alex.
handle that. You got to handle that.
Yep.
VBS everything.
Yep. Is
VB
this
script.
legal? That's
VB
another
script.
good point.
What?
Matthias, that's another good point. Is it legal?
Oh, in
Right?
terms of PII? Yeah. GDPR?
Yeah, it's
Think about
legal.
those things, yeah.
Do I want you to go snipping around my email and seeing what I'm emailing to people? I don't.
I mean, I do that with Patrick's email, but, you know, it's fine. Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say that out loud. No, I kid. All right. Let's move on. Brian.
On to the next one.
Brian, how should companies with multiple Azure tenants, this is a good question, with multiple Azure tenants, one for the corporate email and another for applications, set up Fabric? Should their main Fabric be on the tenant with the email or in the others? So here's the challenge. With two different tenants, you're going to have two different users, potentially. You can have B2B as part of
Yep.
that. But when you sign in, so today when you're signing into email, you're signing into portal.office.com with your corporate email.
Yep.
Yeah. So this one, I will. Yes, Kevin. It depends. It depends. But the thing to think about though is that you're like, where's your license assignments going to? Where are the main accounts located at? That's one side of the equation. The other side of the equation is where's all your data? And how do we access that data? And how do you control security? What?
That's what Jason just said. Where's your data?
Oh yeah, and so it's hard. Like some of it, you're going to have pain in there. So the question is where do you want to feel the pain? You get to choose. It's like a choose your own adventure. Where do you want to feel the pain? And so I would say from a Fabric perspective and access within workspaces and whatnot, when you start dealing with B2B, so let's say that you put Fabric on where the data is and you're doing B2B for the users where your email is coming in, that's going to be a lot of pain.
It's a pain.
That's going to be user
that's
friction.
That's going to be a pain. Look, I when I read this question, I was like, don't even think about putting it in another tenant. I have 4 or 5 customers that I'm dealing with this. And Power BI is in one tenant. It's a different email in another tenant. We got a B2B. We got to figure out how to sync these things up. Put it in the tenant with your email. That's it. Next question.
Now, yeah, but then the other problem is then, well, how do those users access the data?
Oh, boy.
Because you still got to deal with it.
What do you mean?
So you still got to deal with it.
the
If
data
I want to
should-
do single
Oh,
sign-on,
because the data may be in the other tenant. I
Right.
forgot about that.
and now some of those connectors and some of the way the B2B stuff does is for the single sign-on, that has to be in the same tenant. And so some of that's going to break. So you're gonna feel friction there too.
man.
So
Hey, like, look what Johnny says. Just spin up another tenant and put Fabric in another tenant.
yeah, there you go. We'll
Let's
call
really
it the
complicate
we'll
this
call it
thing.
the trifecta of pain. And then Matthew, yeah. Having multiple tenants introduces new worlds of pain, but sometimes this is
One
pain
tenant for
you
each
can't
user.
avoid. Yeah, it is true. And we have and we've talked with customers that deal like there are companies that are multinational and like they've set up the way they've set up their organization is tenants depending on the region, and they struggle with this too. It's a real challenge. So yeah.
I like what Alex just said. Because if you spread it, if you keep, a tenant for this, a tenant for that, I mean, you're increasing the risk. You're absolutely increasing the risk of what can happen. So anyway,
yeah, it's a good question. I like that question. That was a good question.
Yeah,
I like that one. That was good. All right, Bernardo, who is new? Am I going to set up everything new again from Synapse once Fabric goes GA? Don't know yet. We haven't really seen a clear guidance on that yet. So my understanding is
great question.
It is a good question.
That's a good question.
My understanding is there's work going on in terms of migration. So to help reduce that pain of going from Azure Synapse Analytics on the Azure side into like Synapse Data Warehouse on the Fabric side or the Lakehouse pieces. So stay tuned. Like we just haven't seen anything yet on that. So I hope so. I hope that's easier to do.
Yeah. And if you're starting new projects, just start writing Fabric.
Yeah.
Just start writing Fabric. Right?
Yeah.
Start right over there in Fabric.
Paul, what do you put all the data in AWS? Why?
Oh, come on, Paul.
Come on.
In S3 buckets. He wants us to put it all in S3 buckets and create shortcuts.
You know what I learned?
In,
I learned something. I learn things every day. I learn things every day.
Wait, I don't know, man. It's now that you moved up into management, I'm not sure you're. Is it
I
something
learned
technical?
Things. Yes,
Or is
technical.
it-
No, I
Okay.
learned something technical.
Oh, yeah.
And I would argue that
something technical.
Patrick may not know this either.
All right.
S3 is not specific to Amazon. Amazon has an implementation of
that.
S3, but there are other implementations of
I knew
S3.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
All right, here we go.
I learned that at,
Here's Patrick's favorite question. Are you ready? Are you ready, Patrick? Here it comes. This is the question every day. Alex and Patrick both are like, bring it. I just want these questions. This is it. Is Copilot Fabric only feature, or will it support Azure AS models?
Hey, Adam. I'll talk to you later, my friend.
All right. Peace out. All right. So obviously we haven't heard a lot of details around Copilot for Power BI. So to be clear, there's going to be like multiple Copilots within inside of Fabric. So the first one that was talked about at the build launch was that would be coming first is Copilot for Power BI. Now I'm just going to step back because there hasn't been any public documentation in terms of implementation or anything. Alex, I agree. This one's easy to answer. So it's going to be based on a Power BI data set, right? And so if your Power BI data set is, well, at least from that context, right? So if we think about a Power BI data set, when you use those things, if that Power BI data set is live connected to Azure AS, maybe that'll work. So I have seen in the past, though, like with Q&A, where there were limitations on that initially, where it only worked with imported data, not with like live connected data to Azure AS or AS on-prem. That came later, so it's supported now, but it wasn't there initially. And so what we don't know is what are those limitations going to be when Copilot first comes out? I don't know. So we gotta stay tuned. I don't know. We're all curious. All right. Now the other thing you could look at though is that there is the new migration stuff from Azure AS over to Power BI Premium. So you could look at that. That would be awesome. All right, Ethan, what are you doing? You're shaking your head, Patrick.
Nothing. Just let's keep going. Let's go to the next question.
All right, Patrick is so eager about Copilot. He gets too excited, so he wants to move on.
Yeah.
All right,
I'm
Ethan.
trying to maintain my excitement over here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to maintain my excitement.
What's your best guess, Patrick, about the price and availability of Fabric?
Price and availability. So the price, there's a blog that has the pay-as-you-go pricing on it.
Yep, I just dropped it in the
For
chat.
the
We don't
Azure
need to
SKU.
guess.
Oh, well, there you go.
It's there. We don't need to guess. I was ready for it. I was already ready.
And you
for
did a good.
I did a video on it, too.
You did a good video.
Yeah. Hey, Alex,
you
can
did
you
a good
drop
video.
the video on the pricing. There are still things that are coming, right? So the reserved instance stuff that was mentioned, what was talked about there is that the pricing there should be in par with Power BI premium pricing today. So it'll be lower than the pay-as-you-go pricing, but there's annual commitments associated with that. Now, the other thing that was in those blogs that we don't have details on yet is there was discussion around potential storage costs. So that's something that we don't know, and that could be a variable that could be dependent on what your data is. So now Amir Nets did comment in that blog that what they were thinking was there'd be initial storage that comes with the capacity, and so you may be fine, but if you go over what that storage lot is for the capacity, then you would be charged. But those are all details that we haven't gotten yet, so we're still waiting for details on that.
Look at Johnny's response. Response. It won't be free, and it will become available. Oh my god. So what about the availability, though? What about availability, though, Adam? What about availability?
I can go get Fabric capacities today in Azure. Now, It is dependent on region, and so there are some regions. So, like I think Central US is not available. So if you're in Central US, that's a potential problem. So some of that is around like hardware availability in those data regions. And I don't remember if that blog called out the regions that there isn't availability in it yet. I don't remember what the documentation is on that, if that was documented. The other thing, yes. So Central US, I don't know specifically, but if I had to wager a guess, it's because of hardware availability within the region. I do know that Central US is very heavily used, and so stuff may not be available there. And so those are always things that are being worked on in terms of data region expansion and availability, and so hopefully at some point that'll light up. The other thing too, because I saw the thing about MPO pricing. I don't know what MPO is, but I'll relate this to other like either education or nonprofit or whatever. It's dependent on whatever discounts you get through like your account team. So like large enterprise organizations, the published prices, they get discounts as part of what they buy. So
So MPO, I think, is nonprofit.
It's nonprofit. Yeah.
MPO is And so I know I was working with someone in education, and they wrote up a list and they showed the pricing difference. So I already have an email chain going on about the education pricing. So
I would expect some of that will be more clear as GA comes.
Get closer.
Yeah.
So Adam, when is GA?
I don't know. It hasn't been published yet. Oh. We don't know.
Oh, okay. I thought maybe you knew that answer to that. Okay.
Even if I did know, I can't say it. So I don't know if I know. All right. Let's keep going. The trains are running. Is there a way to create a dynamic selected column from hierarchical slicers in Power BI?
So I got the hierarchical slicer. I saw that question. I added it, but I don't know what they mean. I don't know what dynamic selected columns. What does that mean? Because I would just create a
field parameter.
Field parameter.
Yeah.
I would just create a field parameter, add all those things to the field parameter, and then you choose what you want, and it automatically creates that. I didn't do a video on this. Did I not do a video on this?
We did a field parameter video, not in relation
but
to.
But did I not do one
for the hierarchy?
Dynamic tables. I didn't say, yo, it's Patrick. In this video, I'm going to do.
Well, you said
show you how to create dynamic tables with field parameters. I didn't.
I don't know about that.
Okay, I'll do it. I'll do one.
That was so.
I thought I did that. Oh,
that was so 3 months ago.
User 457 say I did it. User 457 say I did.
You did. All right.
I thought so. I did.
Yeah. Hey.
But I don't understand what they mean by
my mind,
dynamic selected.
Just remember,
columns.
Patrick, you ask me these questions if you did it. My mind is a direct query mind, not an import.
Oh my god.
So I go to Bing and I search, and that's how I get to my data storage.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay. So.
Yes. All right.
Okay.
Are we moving on?
I'm not sure, but no. Wait. So you don't need to use a. You don't need to use a. You create a field parameter. What did he say? Till what?
Today I learned why Adam is so slow.
Today I learned Adam is so slow.
There you go.
Oh,
see,
so
Matthew, even you learned something today. There you go. Wait, field parameters don't work with composite models. Okay. Yeah.
But I think you still can do this with. I'm pretty sure Phil has a blog post that shows you how to do dynamic. I'm pretty sure if you go to dax.tips and search for dynamic columns, I think Phil C. Mark has a blog post. I'll see if I can find it. I'm pretty sure Phil C. Mark has a blog post show you how to do dynamic columns on with a based on values. I'm pretty sure he does.
I'm going to go to the next question while you do that because we got 2 minutes to cut over. Okay. So let's go. OpenTube. I have 2 relational tables, one containing a date column and the other lacking a date column. How do I implement incremental refresh in this scenario? You need a date.
Wait. You don't need a date. You don't need a date. You don't need a date.
For incremental refresh?
I don't have a date. I don't have a date. I don't have a date. I don't have dates. Nobody wants to go on dates with me.
There needs to be a date time field, though.
Not really. We can fake it.
I know you can fake it, but it's got to be.
I have 2 relational tables, one containing.
So one table's got the date
column.
The other table doesn't. How do I do incremental refresh on the table that doesn't have the date?
What's in that table?
Data.
What's in it? Data. Do we have like a auto incrementing number or something like that? I've been thinking about this. I've been trying to work on something for a customer.
I know we can fake the.
We can fake it.
I know we can.
Yeah.
But we need more details around the
scenario. What are we incrementally?
Yeah.
Yeah. What are we incrementally adding? There you go. Right. What am I adding?
So I will say it depends.
I'm not disagreeing. I am not disagreeing.
It depends.
I'm not disagreeing.
So we need more details on what's in it and how we go about it. So.
Look what Alex said.
Patrick's mind is writing M in real time. I can see it. Wait, Alex, is it M or is it Python? Is it PySpark?
I don't know. I'm a little confused these days. I'm a little confused these days.
All right. We are at time. Chatmaster C said she's clearing the queue. We still had some questions in the queue. Apologies, we didn't get to them. We'll come back next week. What?
OpenTube. Can you just tell us what you're incrementally loading?
And do it quickly because we're about to go to member only chat. So type fast.
Okay.
Type fast. That's okay. We'll wait.
Yeah. Go ahead. Oh, we won't be able
well, because I'm going to go to member only chat, so OpenTube's not going to be able to do it until.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so we are cutting over to member only chat. So members and moderators will be able to participate in the chat. Everyone else will still be able to watch the stream, but not be able to actually type in the chat. If you do want to type in the chat, you got to become a member. So this is one of the perks of being a membership. So members, you can start putting your questions in if you got them. And then super chats always take priority. So if you do have a burning question, either want to jump the queue or if you were on the non-member side and you still want your question answered, super chats will do that. Just make sure you type in your question as part of the super chat so we can get it. So, all right. So let's do the switcheroo. What are you thinking, Patrick?
I'm still thinking about this question.
I know you are. That's why I was. All right. We are now officially in member only chat. So members, get your questions in. I don't see anything queued up yet.
I don't feel like we answered this question. I feel like we just moved on. But
we can't answer the question without more details. Unless you want to do like a full-on demo, and we'll just take the next half hour demoing how you can do incremental refresh without a date.
No.
I mean, that's an option. No? All right.
So somebody asked before we went over about Power Platform. We'll be at the Power Platform. We'll be at the Power Platform conference. Well, we don't have any questions. I don't see any questions in the queue.
I've got
so I'm
one.
just talking right now.
I've got one.
Okay, let's go.
What was the power? What was the Power Platform thing?
Somebody asked if we, hope to see us at Power Platform Conference. We will absolutely be there.
Yeah.
And so I was at Jarrell. Yeah, we'll be there. We'll definitely be there. Yeah. Find us or, please come up and say hello. Please.
Yes. All right. Was that it? That was your only thought on that?
Yeah, let's
Oh,
keep
Mr.
going.
Chris Finland is here.
Yeah, with his snarky question.
I know, he's got a snarky question. That's all right. I got a good answer for him, too.
Yeah. Okay, let's go.
It's
I'm
going to be a
ready.
snarky answer. All right, Daff. And I know I pronounced that wrong. You corrected me last time, and I forgot because this is a direct query mine, not an import mine. I apologize about that. Is there a way to log interactions with visuals in a publish report? Not within the product. So you would have to.
For an individual visual.
Yeah, so like if I'm clicking on a bar in one visual and it's interacting with the other visuals, there's not a way to log that, so that's not captured. Yeah, so that's not captured from like telemetry that you have access to. It would kick off queries. So you could
Does the
do it.
queries have the? Do they have the visual ID
No,
in log analytics? We don't have the visual ID.
I don't know if it has a
thought we
visual
did.
ID or not. That might be there from a log
thought we
analytics
did.
perspective. So, but the problem, so you could infer it, but that's a lot of work. The other thing you could
I'm
do,
not saying it's easy.
yeah. The other thing you
I'm
can
saying it's
do
easy.
is like if you're capturing like click events from a browser perspective, you could track it that way, like through JavaScript and whatnot.
Mm.
But that's obviously that's a problem to deploy across many machines.
Ooh, Alex is saying something I didn't know. The visual IDs are not GUIDs, so they're not unique and they can be used across report pages.
Yeah.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So it's tough. I would like to throw this back also and say, like, what's your goal for doing that? Like, what are you going after? Like what would be what are you trying to learn about that? I'm assuming it's probably around like maybe usage of a given report. Like, are they using certain visuals? But I'd be curious around what the scenario is there of what you're trying to do.
Maybe they're trying to minimize the visuals on the report. If nobody's
kind of idea
clicking
is
that visual,
Yeah.
it's a good point. It's a good one. So somebody said something. Dang it! I'm going to mute for a little bit, Adam.
Okay. Your garage.
Yeah, somebody said something a while ago. I know Chris Finland's question is there. I don't know how many questions we have in the queue
No,
about
you're good.
having Rui on the live stream to talk about the new developer stuff. Rui's in, where's Rui based?
Portugal.
In Portugal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the time zone.
No, the time is good.
Okay, we'll talk. I'll talk to Rui. I'll talk to him on Monday.
I bet.
Talk
Can
to
you
him
talk
on
to
Monday.
me
Adam's
first
hesitant, but I'll talk.
about this?
Yeah.
I have a say, right? Yes.
I think it's a good topic. I keep asking you to do a video on it, and I've yet to see this video. I keep asking you to do a video on it.
I keep waiting to see videos from you
Hey.
also. So, hey, it goes both ways.
Yes, absolutely.
All right, so
Absolutely.
Candace K says the reason I wanted is to see usage analytics and tracking the user experience. And so there is, so I know like the admin workspace, like usage report stuff is coming there, but it's not going to be that granular down to the visual level. It's going to be about like reports themselves.
But why not? Why not? Why not, Adam? Why can't I go to the visual level?
Because they didn't implement it. So, one way you could actually track the user experience is take the visual away and see who complains, and then people were using it. That's one way.
Oh my god.
Right.
Okay, next question.
All right, and then OG Cap Yeti, thank you for becoming a member at the visitor tier 2. Excellent. Thank you. All right. Thank you, and thank you for the kind words. The scream test method, Dan. Paul. Yeah, like talking to the users too. But I get also like you want data for it as well, like to understand the data patterns. It's always helpful. So, and Daff said a team wants to use interactions with a map visual to track interest in specific regions at different events. Whoa. Wait. They wanted... What? So, tracking interest in specific regions based on what they click on the map. That's interesting. So you want to know your report consumers, how interested they are in specific regions. So like, are they just clicking on the US all the time? Or are they clicking on other areas?
So if I do, Adam, if I do embedded, I can't get that.
Again, it's
if I use
JavaScript.
It's
JavaScript. You got to track the click operation.
Yeah. See, Dan was thinking. Dan and I were thinking the same thing. Right? Embed the report and use JavaScript.
You still got to do it through JavaScript. It's not like an out of the box thing. Now the thing you can get though is I think there may be when you interact with a visual from a JavaScript or from an embedded perspective, I want to say that there's an event that gets triggered based on that, so you could already capture that more easily and have some user context. Now the other problem though, outside of embedded, like if you did this with the portal and you were using JavaScript to track the click event, is you wouldn't necessarily have context of what they clicked, and so for Daph's scenario about understanding the interest, like I don't know, I'd have to play around with it even on the embedded side to see.
You could get that from the filters. What did Alex say? I can't read it.
Alex, that's all the time. Everyone's always focused on Texas.
Often people focus on. But he says you can get that from the filters. Oh, from the DAX query in Log Analytics.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's the other thing too. Yeah. So in terms of that, like, that'd be a where predicate on the, or filter predicate for the DAX query. So there you, for that specific scenario, you could absolutely use the Log Analytics stuff to get that.
Yeah, you could try to parse it out.
Absolutely.
Okay.
All right. I like that.
Yeah.
Yes. All right, Mr. Finland. What?
Go.
All right. Can you give a brief overview of billing and throttling in Fabric? Mr. Finland, I'd be happy to once you figure out and stop messing around with it. There we go.
In your
next question.
face, Chris Finland. I can't believe Adam said that. Oh my God.
Oh, I was sitting on that.
I did not say that. Chris, I didn't say it. I didn't say it, Chris. That wasn't me. That was not me. That was not me. Not me, friend. Not me, friend Chris. Go Eagles. Go Eagles.
Matthew.
Go Eagles. Chris said Spark is all set. They're just going to throttle you out of the door, so you won't really be able to do anything with it. So. No. To Chris's point, though, on the throttling, that's all stuff we're waiting to hear on and get some insights on in terms of the different workloads and how that's going to work. So everyone wants to know that. Donald, we got a super chat. We got a super chat from Donald. Show images in paginated reports in service. That sounds like a feature request. But as long as the image, I'm looking at it. So I just took.
Oh no, I know what he's talking about. So because like you can only do anonymous. Like if you're linking out to like a storage account, it can only be anonymous. We don't pass the user content. I'm assuming, Donald, that's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So Donald, I will also say, if you go to ideas.fabric.microsoft.com, you can go vote that up as a great thing you can do. Yes. All right. Moving on. I love you, Chris. All right, Thomas. Question. Tyndall is not part of Power BI Desktop yet. Only the folder structure for the project mode. What's the question? I don't know what the question is. That's a statement.
I don't know.
Tyndall's not part of Power BI Desktop yet is a true statement. So stay tuned.
Oh, they say he posted more later.
Oh, well, I don't. Oh, there it is. Well, no. What do you? And he did. Next question about that.
I guess.
Next question about that is integration of DevOps and Git will have to wait for Power BI Desktop being able to support Timdal. So Timdal's new, so yes, you've got to, like, it's not implemented everywhere. So the engine understands it, but Power BI Desktop doesn't necessarily understand it yet. And so I don't know in terms of like the output that's going on there. Like, I don't know. I do know that like Matthias, who did a lot of the Timdal stuff, and Rui, they're working together on a lot of that stuff. So I would expect that'll come over time. I don't know what the timeline is for complete usage of Timdal. Sorry. He has a follow-up question. Yeah, I did that.
But I thought you could. Where is it? Yeah, I thought you could set up. Once I create it, though, can I put it, the folders and stuff, in Git? Or
Yes, you can, but the format isn't necessarily Timdal though. So I think that's the point.
okay, I got to go learn more about this. So
Yeah, I figured you'd be all over it. So yeah, so
Yeah,
there's still work to
all
do.
over it.
It's all public preview right now, so updates will come. I don't have insights into timelines on that though. So I do know Rui is definitely aware of it. So he's the PM for some of the tooling stuff. And I'm sure he's working with the desktop team. So, yep. Alex D said he'll school you, Patrick, if you give him a call.
yeah, all right.
All right.
Yeah.
All
I
right.
right. Talk to him about something else anyway.
Yep. All right. Is there a way to transform a matrix columns like measure January, February, March, etc., then measure be Jan, Feb, March? What? Double headers on column line one, measure, and line 2 months.
Measures and
Line 1 measure. I don't understand this question. Is there a way to transform a matrix columns like measure and then measure B? Okay, so we got two measures, but these sounds like category, or we've got a measure that's related to month.
like measure.
Double headers on column line.
I'm lost.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure I understand that.
But if we, there's a show on rows feature in the
Yeah.
Matrix.
Yeah.
But I think they want to have like a fixed header with two rows of headers. Maybe.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
need more
more-
context
yeah, we need
on
more
that.
information.
A picture of like what you're looking for would be great. Unfortunately, YouTube chat does not allow that. I will say, if you're a visitor or producer, you can pre-submit the question. Like, send us like some info of like what you're doing, and we can look at it more. So 2 measures. So Paul's thinking here. 2 measures, one the measure, and then the other a count. Well, but I don't understand. Yeah.
Wait, they put something. E.g.
Sales revenue per month. But I want in the matrix sales for all months. Hang on. Sales revenue per month, but I want in the matrix sales for all months and then revenue for all months. Okay. Yeah, I'm still not necessarily grasping on like what you want and how you want it to look.
There's a property, and I don't know if this is the second time that it's come up. There's a property on the matrix where you can say values on rows. Go in.
Oh, you want like a
two
sub
matrices
matrix
in one.
in one? Ooh, yeah.
Oh.
That's not going to happen in the default matrix. There are other custom visuals out there though. I know like InfoRiver and Zebra BI, like they can do some more intricate things.
Some crazy stuff. Yeah.
For both of those though, you have to pay to use those. So, but that might be something. Yeah, measure on rows. I need more details on that though. So, okay. They want to see the month
Everybody's
name
got-
as
trying
part
to
of the
figure it out.
header. See that wasn't what I got from that.
I don't know what they're asking.
Yeah. So I need more details. I would love to see like even if you mocked up a drawing of like how you wanted it to look.
Yep, and send it to us.
Yeah. Yes. All right. And then user 457. I do not see a question from you in the queue. So please retype it. All right. So sorry. One more comment here. Let's see if this adds clarity. All the columns together for sales and all the you want a visual level
grouping.
No, so this is the visual, like the DAX within the visual. Blanking on the name
The
of it.
visual calcs.
Yes.
Visual
So like
calcs?
basically based on those columns and all that, you want to do like based on what you visually see, like what it is. You have to write a measure to do that. It's almost like a totals for that is what I'm taking from that.
Oh, I just thought it was a grouping. It was just a grouping.
No, because it said like all the columns for revenues like Excel. So all the columns together on that row. So you're just adding all of those up. So it's almost like you can do like the sum thing on the line for Excel. But I mean, you can do that from a measure perspective.
So I have, January, February, March, April, May, whatever it is. And then under there's a group for revenue. But then repeat January, then there's a group for sales, and then have all the sales measures under that, and have all the
right
measure.
We're all grasping.
Okay. Yeah.
So I definitely need some more context on that. So all right.
Yeah.
All right. Johnny. Hello, Johnny. I almost wore the shirt today, but I decided to go with the fabric shirt. Any fabric gotchas you think are worth calling out? I'm finding things I did in Power BI without thought actually need revisiting for fabric, like date relationships in direct like mode. So from that context, like the doing relationships in the model in web stuff, like there's some, it's not a complete parity with what's in desktop. So it is a little like you have to think about it a little weird. I do know that they're working on updates on that though to try and help with that. So give feedback on that. Any thoughts there, Patrick?
Nope.
So I mean, anything you're doing from a web.
Some things.
Go ahead.
Oh, see, Patrick got it. See, I told you, I got it. I knew it. They're gonna send us a picture.
Okay.
What they're trying to do. I know exactly what they're trying to do. I know exactly what LF. I don't know how to pronounce that name, but
yeah,
I knew I got it. Yeah, that's it. There's some things that I've been running into in the data warehouse. So I've been working on. I'm gonna say this now. I'm saying he's been working on this forever. Videos about starting with the data warehouse and writing some queries, some T-SQL. There's some limitations that I ran into that I didn't expect, but yeah. A few things there. That's it.
Insightful. Okay. But I would also say from a UI perspective, the UI, if you're thinking about UI versus like Power BI desktop, there's just parity things there yet. They're still working on updates on that.
Yeah.
I like the relationship itself. That's the modeling in web pieces. So it's
yeah.
Yeah.
It's coming though. It's coming.
Yeah. There's gonna be updates there. Chris said, I think my question got hosed. User 457 is saying that too. I don't know if, make sure you're just doing text there, just to make sure. So I don't know if there's some things you're putting in there that are causing it to not go through chat. All right. Sahil, super chat. Look at that. Here we go. Where does Power BI usage reports get data for page level activity? I'm not able to get it from admin activity REST APIs, also not APIs for report level. So there's a couple different things. So when we think about the activity stuff or the audit log, that's not actual telemetry. Those are events. Those are activity events that are logged from an auditing perspective. The Power BI usage report is also going to be a combination of data that's actually coming from backend Custo telemetry as well as like audit log activity. And so the telemetry, the Custo telemetry that's on the backend, which also is like the real-time analytics stuff in Fabric. That's using that Kusto engine that Microsoft uses for all of their actual telemetry. And that stuff's not like exposed at large where you can get it through APIs. So I'm hoping someday like we may see that as part of, because the Kusto engine is now part of Fabric, as part of the real-time analytics. And then also when you think of like the log analytics, the bring your own log analytics for the DAX query pieces for the AS engine, that's using the Kusto engine as well. So it'd be great, and like go vote it up on ideas.fabric.microsoft.com if you want like telemetry to just be there inside of Fabric. That would be amazing. Yeah. So
Alex,
I agree.
Dan, this is funny, Dan, because I have been meeting with one of the PMs, Tim Bendis, a lot.
Yes.
About some of the stuff he's working on. And he was like, okay, when I get this level out, we should do a video. And I'm like, well, you got to let me know. And so I'm waiting for them, Dan.
We're waiting on you. Happy to do it. But I think what you're seeing is a lot of the reports, like the admin reports that are coming out are also, and also like the what is it? The capacity metrics app also is leveraging the Kusto telemetry store as well. So a lot of that stuff is starting to be exposed through reports. I just hope someday like that can be exposed through the Kusto engine, so you can just query it directly. That would be great. All right. Good question. All right. Let's go data trends. For Fabric, expected plan for its general availability as roadmap released yet? Or
Adam?
Nope.
Adam?
Nope.
Adam, go ahead and announce it. Announce it today.
I'll announce it
right here.
All right, here we go. The date for GA. Did you get that? There it was.
I read your lips.
What'd I say? There's been no announcement on general availability. You got to stay tuned. Like that's the question everyone wants to know. Now, the other thing too is when we say general availability, like what does that mean? Because like the Copilot stuff won't be generally available at that point. So also Jason, like lip reader ain't gonna help because I just went up and down with my lips. I didn't actually say anything.
Elephant shoe. Jason said you said elephant shoe.
Elephant shoes. Yeah. Yeah. So it's, there will be pieces of like the Copilot stuff is going to be coming in stuff after GA of Fabric. So it also depends on what you, are wanting general availability of. But Fabric as a whole, stay tuned. We're waiting on it. It has not been publicly announced yet. So.
Yep. That was great. What about roadmap?
So that is a good question. I don't think that's been published yet either. In terms of like the release wave notes for Fabric, I know there's like stuff has been written up, but I don't think it's actually been publicly published yet. I think they're waiting on fine tuning some stuff, so stay tuned on that as well.
Yep.
But all the things like
stay tuned.
Get your feedback in. Everyone is listening, so yeah. All right.
Oh.
What?
Look what Alex said. Look what Alex said.
Publicly stated end of summer via Kim. Okay, there you go.
Via Kim.
When does summer officially end? Wait. He's talking about the release wave stuff, not the GA date.
Yes,
He's talking about the release wave.
I thought we moved on past the release. No, we're talking about the roadmap. We're talking about the roadmap.
Well, that's the release wave stuff.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
That's not GA. So Kim did not say.
No, I don't know.
GA by end of summer.
No.
That is not what that. Yeah, release wave.
No.
Yeah. So that'll be released hopefully by end of summer, which is September, like sometime, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, summer in northern hemisphere. So.
Yeah.
Summer where Redmond's mothership is, or Microsoft's mothership is, which is Redmond. Alex, that is fake news. That is fake news. Well, I'm sure something may be GA'd tomorrow. Well, probably not tomorrow because it's Sunday, so probably Monday. Something would be GA'd. Not Fabric, but something. Okay. Moving on. Paul, What we got? Oh wow, we got 2 minutes. Whew. Paul.
Paul's got a question. Oh, not Paul Turley. Okay.
No, not Paul Turley. What's the best method to extract keywords using Data Wrangler in a notebook? Ooh. And which, speaking of Data Wrangler, we got a video coming on Data Wrangler. And visualize them in Power BI word chart. Well, so you can do. Does Data Wrangler have a keyword extraction?
I don't think it does. I'll go look. So
that'd be interesting. We can pass on that feedback too, because I know
yeah.
they're working on additional actions that you can do in Data Wrangler. So there's going to definitely be updates on that.
Yep.
So
We'll find out.
I'm assuming you're asking because there's not an actual action for keyword extraction. So we'd
think
have to
there is.
do. You'd have to. You're not going to be able to do it with Data Wrangler directly then. So you'd have to figure out what the PySpark is and or hook into any type of model things that are doing keyword extraction, like the Azure Cognitive Services stuff. There's probably a Python library to get it. So Data Wrangler itself
maybe that'll be a good video.
wouldn't actually have it, but we can pass on that feedback for keyword extraction in Data Wrangler. We've been chatting a lot with the Data Wrangler folks. So
Yeah, the Wrangler.
I feel like
Wrangler.
we're best buds, best friends with them.
Yeah.
So,
Stay tuned.
all right, stay tuned on that. That's a good question. Let's try and get a few more.
Look at Alex. Alex just dropping the links. There's a module. There's a library for keywords in Python. There's a library.
Why, Alex? Why you got to do that? Just
No, but then he dropped a link. A really good
no,
link.
I know, but that's not using Data Wrangler. He's saying it's not going to come for probably not going to come for Data Wrangler. But
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Why do you have to like crush my soul right at the end of the stream with poo-pooing on Data Wrangler? I don't get it. All right. Sorry, Suna coming in with a super chat right at the last minute. Thank you for the super chat, by the way. So hi, I'm working with around 3 million mostly static rows, tracking various status updates. Is it possible to build a report to track these metrics without duplicating rows for each day? So what's the goal of what you want to report? Like, what do you want to, what are the questions you're trying to answer with this data?
But it says static.
I know.
I'm curious. It says mostly static rows tracking various status updates. So it's not static.
It's not static.
Right? It's not static.
So is it possible to build a report to track those metrics without duplicating rows for each day? Why would we have to Why would we have to duplicate rows for each day?
I want to track time intelligence. They added another part to it.
I see it.
I want to track time intelligence for the dates.
The time intelligence for the dates. Okay.
What are you tracking?
I don't understand where the duplicating rows is coming from.
Because it's going to be different.
Well, but still, so you should have a date table, right? Those are your days.
Right, yeah.
And then you have a count of your widget sales for that given date. And so you sum it up.
Yeah.
Right? That's just a DAX measure. So I don't understand.
Mostly static, meaning the 3 million rows do not increase by much. The dynamic part is the status changing. So they have 3 million rows. Okay.
And you want to track history. You want to track history. Well,
yeah.
You need if you're not, you would need those rows for each day that have the historical change. Like you've got to, you can't do it.
So you don't need to. So if I have the 3 million rows, the 3 million initial rows, right?
Yeah.
I have the 3 million initial rows, and one row changes tomorrow. You just add that change. That new
So your
row,
fact table would have the status updates, and then your measure or your dimension would be what the actual status is. And then you're just linking on that. So that's just you need to model that in a way that you can do that.
I think we need to do a video on like snapshot facts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Let me write that down. I think we need to do a video on this.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So your dimension would be what the statuses are, and then your fact table is those are your stats. And then you have a date table, and then you can just do the time intelligence off of it. So that's a modeling thing.
This comes up a good bit. And maybe I'll do it in the data warehouse in Fabric. Maybe I'll do it in the data warehouse in Fabric.
Yep. And then you can use incremental refresh to just update stuff.
Yeah.
I love it. Love it. Excellent. All right. We
On the
did
box, Kevin. Kevin. On the box. I'll put it on the box.
That's it. Do it on the box. Kevin gave you the box.
I told you the cleaners, Kevin, the cleaners put this in the trash. And I was like, no, wait. What are you doing? You can't
Not
put
the
this
box.
in the trash.
Can't put the box in the trash.
No.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. All right, we did it. So there were still a couple questions in the queue. Thank you, everyone. We'll come back next Saturday and we'll do it again. Mr. Matthew Roach will be joining me next Saturday. Patrick has to take Kaylin to
daughter's
college.
going to college.
Yeah, you're going to college. You got to take care of the kiddo.
Yeah.
So let me restate. I don't think Matthew's actually confirmed. He said he was checking with his significant other to verify if he could or not. I'm hopeful that he will, but that is officially not confirmed yet. So more details to follow.
She's going
I'll be
off
here
to
regardless
college.
next week.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Patrick becomes an empty nester next Saturday. So sad. So sad. So all right.
Yeah.
Patrick, any closing words of wisdom?
No, I don't have anything today, man. I don't have anything
No?
today. Yeah, you know what? If you have kids, enjoy them. Enjoy them, right? They can be a pain in the posterior, but enjoy them because they're gonna leave. They're gonna leave. They're gonna leave.
They will. And then my words of wisdom, because I went on site for a customer and did a panel thing, and this came up as part of it, is try it. If you don't know how something works, and if you don't understand it, or you're curious how it works, just try it. Just try it. Right? That's how we learn it. I use the example of, so I was just like, hey, remember, like people ask us questions and we answer things. Do you know how we know it? Because we tried it. And so we saw like what it did. And if we don't know, guess what we're going to go do? We're going to go try it and then see what happens.
Yeah,
so
try it.
just try it.
Yep.
Just try it. And then you can become the superstar, the power that knows the knowledge. And then, and then share that with others because sharing is caring. All right. That's it, Patrick. You did it.
Two fingers.
All right, man. Have a great weekend, everyone. Appreciate y'all being here and happy to be back. We're back. All right. See you, everyone. Have a great weekend. Bye.
Yep.